Welcome everyone to the SERL Domino's Pizza Truck Series Season 2 Race 17 at Atwood Race Park, a new circuit to the SERL period. And so this will be the inaugural race, and this was a last second decision after Chatham's race, which hosted a Season 1 event, was canceled due to starting errors, and I don't know why it happened, but it kept on happening. And here is a map of the road course. So even though it says there are 10 cores, I personally see 13 cores on this racetrack. And while it may not be the most unique or out of the box layout, I still think that it is a pretty amazing road course and still one of a kind, especially for its unprotected lake. Which, if you look at the top of the screen, when I come of the race tracker here, you can see the lake. And if we do ever have a spin here, who knows? These trucks could go for these trucks or drivers could be in for a wet ride. And if you do get in the lake, it could be hard to get yourself out of it. But anyway, so I think that when it comes to trouble spots, I see the biggest trouble spots happening in the first few corners, and I think those are the narrowest sections of the racetrack. Which, speaking of narrow, I think that overall, from start to finish, this is the widest track. Not just the widest road course, but I think this is the widest track the SERL has ever gone to. Period. When I take all three series and all the tracks that we go to. And so I think that's what makes this race a little more special. Even with the wideness, even with it being a new venue, because it is a road course, it is going to be hard and tricky to pass. So starting up front or restarting up front really pays off, and you are definitely going to have to nail your starts and restarts. And starts and restarts was a big key into last week's race at Gateway, where it was crucial to start up front and kind of hard to pass. But at the end of the day, the winner was Leia Walker, who during a one-lap dash after a caution, she got passed by Hayden Jefferson, but then she was able to pass Hayden Jefferson back in turn 3 and 4 and went on to win her first career race. And it seems like that ever since the second half of the season has begun, we kind of have gone into this pattern of first time winners. And so, could we see another one today? I think it's possible. And after last week's race at Gateway, our championship picture, it's not really that different, but there are some things I should point out. Mason Jefferson continues to extend his points lead, and now we have a new player in this championship picture, and that is Kenny Hamlin, who I've talked a lot about this season, but the thing is, the reason why is because when I looked back to previous races so far this season, he was 33rd in championship points after race 7 at Nashville, and since then he has climbed his way all the way to number 4. And so I think that makes it the biggest comeback ever in the SERL among all three series. And it's because of that, whether he continues to rise or plummets, I think that is definitely one thing Kenny Hamlin is definitely proud and happy about. And now, let's get the trucks rolling off. Here is the front row, Garrett Sinner and Dale Scott. This is Garrett Sinner's first career pole, and he actually comes into this race with a little bit of momentum because he won the most recent Hot Wheels Cup Series race at Bristol. And here is the rest of the starting lineup. And with all of our drivers in the championship picture scattered throughout the field, this is going to be one interesting race. And for the first time ever at Atwood Race Park, Garrett Sinner, Dale Scott leads us to the green flag, and it comes out right about now. Dale Scott will have the preferred line entering turn number 1, but Garrett Sinner should have it entering turns 2 and 3, side by side throughout the entire field. Garrett Sinner has Big Crafty right behind him as they go through the first couple corners here, and I think I saw some smoke. Garrett Sinner, he gets the advantage here, but here we go. We now go through the high technical Esther here, where the drivers go as low as about like 80 miles per hour, and now the speed picks out. Now they continue to go side by side behind Garrett Sinner now, as Bro catching the 14er here. Whoa my goodness here! Turns Dale Scott, but Dale Scott saves the car. The L Scout will lose ground though and lose the position to Big Crafton, but oh my goodness, that could have been really bad. And now Ben Braley is looking to the inside of both drivers. Johnny Worth trying to advance his position. This is by far the best opportunity to gain spots at all because they start double wide. And now Garrett Sinner pulls out in front of everyone, but not for long here because here comes Big Crafton, the 3-time winner, looking for his 4th career win and to get himself back up into the championship hunt. Any chance? Was there a driver who spun? Ooh, Matt Hotchkiss, 24th in points and has had a struggling season the past several races. Is in the garage with some damage, and the caution is out. So Garrett Sinner will lead us back to the caution and lead all of his caution laps that Big Crafton will be able to gain. And it looks like that, yep, it did happen coming off of turn number 1. So when I said I saw smoke, I was correct. Let's take a look and see what happened to Matt Hotchkiss and anyone else who might have gotten involved. At the tail end of the field, Matt Hotchkiss hooks William Bedford, hooks Daniel Voiles into William Bedford, and then they make contact here, and then Matt Hotchkiss gets into William Bedford once again here, and then William Bedford here comes back up on the restrictor here into Matt Hotchkiss, and then we'll play some real time. Hits the guardrail. I think it's guardrail at maybe like 40 miles per hour. But the thing is, for road course, that is still a big hit, and it looks like that his day will be over. William Bedford did get back on the restrictor here. Oh, wait a second. Did someone else spin? Okay. If someone else did spin, I'll cut to where it happened. This happened actually a couple cars in front of Matt Hotchkiss and Daniel Voiles. So I think this all started when Aydan Saunders hit Riley Smith, which caused both to go slide over here, and then Leia Walker gets in the Aydan Saunders here, and then that causes her to slow over here, and then Kenny Hamlin, who also has the push from Charles Belding, then just gets turned around here. Kyle Kaminsky also gets a piece of it. So does Garrett Sinner's teammate Andrew Gorman, and Leia Walker, she just goes for a simple spin, and for her, that's not the way she started that's not the way I think she wanted to start her race, especially coming off of a win last week at Gateway. From the back of Aydan Saunders, not only will you see Alicia Gonzalez go around, but you also might be able to see Daniel Voiles and Matt Hotchkiss going around. Matt Hotchkiss is the only DNF, and because of that, we will now have 36 drivers now on the racetrack and lead lap. And here is the rest of the field. And our leader is still the 29 of Garrett Sinner, but we saw just in that one lap, Big Crafton able to catch up to him. So, is that bad news for Garrett Sinner? Is that good news for Big Crafton? Let's find out. Big Crafton, the top two get a really solid restart, and Bro Ketchuk didn't really get as good of a restart. And now Big Crafton is all over the bumper of Garrett Sinner. Garrett Sinner, the Kansas winner here. Oh, Big Crafton on the bumper. Okay, that could have gone bad. And now, as we go through the technical S's, as I'll call them here, we now see Big Crafton. He tried a different line, but it didn't really exactly work. And behind them, Cameron Garlington is now trying to take fourth away from Hayden Jefferson. And Bro Ketchuk now moves into the second position. And behind them right here, we are seeing Jacob Reed, Ben Braley, Johnny Worth, Jim Kelly here, all battle around 10th position. And Jim Kelly are here, a driver that's just had a very miserable season, trying to get at least some kind of a good finish. And now Big Crafton, he's trying to reel in Bro Ketchuk. And meanwhile, Garrett Sinner is just driving away. So this is looking very good for Garrett Sinner right now. And the caution is out. And the caution is out again. Connor Breen right here with quite a bit of damage. And his day looks like it'll be over. Anyone else here? Oh my god, another crasher here! Oh my goodness. Here, Kyle Kaminsky has damage. I think that was Bobby Una. Yep. So it looks like, yeah, 2 separate crashes here. And oh, yeah, Kyle Kaminsky, it looks like his day will be over. A lot of damage on the front of his car here. Whoa, my goodness. Abe Troxell, Andrew Gorman, Charles Belding make a little contact after the caution. And meanwhile, one driver that is currently enjoying all of this is Garrett Sinor. But let's take a look and see what happened. It might have been in the exact same area as the previous caution. Let's go on board Connor Breeden, and from the rear end of his car, you will see what happened. So he got hooked. And then right here, he actually got caught outside the gear here. And the thing is, he's just kind of running around at this point here. But then right here, hits... still carrying way too much steer here, but also he hits a little bit of like a hill right here, and that's what causes the smoke. So with that, it looks like his day is going to be over. And now let's take a look and see what happened coming off of the final corner. Almost around the same area as where Connor Breeden was, D. Orton just hooks Bobby Unit right here down into Eric Almaher. So Eric Almaher also got a piece of it. And right here, he just spins right in front of the middle of the field. And many drivers do a good job to avoid this right here, but Kyle Kaminsky was just a little too far left, and that's why, and that's where that contact came from. And for Kyle Kaminsky, his day looks to be done along with Connor Breeden here, as that is, yeah, look at all the damage. And I think it also knocked the left front tire out of place as well. And drivers like Kendall Dommel did a good job to slow down just in time and not to hit Kyle Kaminsky here. But what happened right here with Charles Belding? Here. Okay, so this did not cause a crash. Oh, I see what happened. Contact between William Bedford and Andrew Gorman, it looks like. Yep, that's what happened here. And right here in the Charles Belding, Abe Troxell also got a piece of it. But all of these drivers did a nice job to save it. And now, let's now take you back to the green flag. 2 more drivers now go behind the wall. Kyle Kaminsky, Connor Breeden. So now it's just 34 drivers on the lead lap. And I'm curious to see if we will ever be able to get in a full lap. I think we can. And now Garrett Sinor now leads Roanoke Hedgehog. And so now can Roanoke Hedgehog do anything to Garrett Sinor? It really just all depends on how great of a restart you get. And the green flag comes out once again at Atwood Park here. And here comes Roanoke Hedgehog to the outside of Garrett Sinor here. And he will have the preferred line. He does have help from Bill Crafton. But let's see. Can Garrett Sinor get through this corner? Excellent. To the inside here, Garrett Sinor, he drives it in deep. And now Bill Crafton here, he follows him. Roanoke Hedgehog here, he stays along the outsider here, and he gets the spot. No, he does not. Garrett Sinor to the inside. Garrett Sinor now retakes the lead. For a second there, it looked like Roanoke Hedgehog might have it, but nope. And now look at that. It really shows that you need to be on the line that Garrett Sinor is through those S's, or else you will really lose a lot of ground. And now Hayden Jefferson looks to the inside of Big Crafton. Cameron Garlington is following him. Now Cameron Garlington follows Big Crafton. Now, and now as we go through the rest of the field, whoa, Club Crafton, Jimmy Johns. Okay, that kind of gone bad. As it looks like that, we might actually be able to get through a whole lap here. 3 wide between Charles Belding, Justin Columbus, and Abe Troxell here. And Abe Troxell, one of the drivers in the championship here. Oh, we have a crash here. I think it's Club Crafton. Club Crafton goes around. Will they bring out the caution? The caution is out. So once again, we continue to not be able to get in a full lap right here. But here comes Roanoke Hedgehog to the inside. Garrett Sinor, well, not to the inside, but he's on the bumper right here. To the outside right here, side by side right here. To the checkered flag. Who's it going to be at the line? It is going to be Garrett Sinor once again. And so these cautions are really helping Garrett Sinor. But for Club Crafton, looks like oh my goodness, here a crash in front of them. Kenny Hamlin, Abe Troxell, 2 other drivers in the championship hunt. Oh, Bobby Una hits Kenny Hamlin. Abe Troxell, the other driver who also went around. So it seems like that we have now gone into a habit of drivers wrecking coming off of the final corner and onto the front stretch. But for Kenny Hamlin and Abe Troxell, that is not what they wanted to happen, what they wanted to see happen at all. Before this happened, I was just saying that Club Crafton and Jimmy Johns, watch out, don't exactly do that, but they ended up doing the thing that I didn't really want to see right here, and I gotta say, I kind of feel like that this was, for this to bring out the caution, I kind of felt like it was a little unnecessary here, because basically, Jimmy Johns, Club Crafton hooked together here, and then Club Crafton goes for a ride, But that's pretty much it. Now, the caution on the front stretch, that would be a reason to bring out the caution, but not this right here. And now let's take a look and see what happened coming off of turn number 13. We're going to replay the first part of this live. Because look at this. Because look at this right here. So basically, this was basically a reaction to the club craftsman spin right here. And look at how, look at how tight the field all of a sudden got. Here, I'm seeing 3, maybe even 4 wide are here, as Aydan Saunders and Charles Billing also are here. In fact, look at this right here, 5 wide are here. And then what happened was that, as we now slow this down, what happened? So, I see what happened. I see what happened here. Andrew Gorman and Kenny Hamlin here hooked right here, and the Abe Troxel was just not ahead, just in time right here. Kenny Hamlin first hits the inside wall, then back out onto the racetrack right here, and then Bobby Una just has nowhere to go. So for Bobby Una, who already was not having a good day, that's now that is now just going to be the last cherry on top right here to what's probably going to cause him to go behind the wall. And after this crash, 3 of the 6 drivers in the championship picture are now going to be labeled as drivers that have had some kind of an issue today, and that is not going to help them at all in the points. I'm sure if you interviewed Abe Troxel, he would probably say that he did not expect this at all. The good thing for him, though, is that he did not get any damage whatsoever, so that's one good thing he'll look forward to. One driver that happened to be in front of this just in time, Leia Walker, another driver in the championship picture. Even though it is not labeled, Kenny Hamlin and Bobby Una are now officially out of the race, so Kenny Hamlin, this is not going to be a good day for him in points, but it's generally not been that great of a day, or really not a remarkable day for really almost anyone in this championship hunt. When you look at the 6 drivers and where they are on the racetrack and where they are going to restart, I mean, the driver that's currently having the best run of the day is Johnny Work, but he's just outside the top 10 in 10th position. And we're actually going to ride on board Club Crafton to see if anyone has any issues. And we did it. We got through the first lap without any cautions whatsoever. So now we shift our focus back to the front here, where Garrett Sinner is still the leader. Brian Kedchuk in second. Cameron Garlington now in third. Rick Crafton now in fourth. And Dale Scott now in fifth. Ben Braley, Hayden Jefferson, LJ Mills, Jim Kelly. I think that rounds off the top 10. Johnny Wolf is also, he's now into the top 10. So he's currently the highest running driver that's currently in the championship picture on the racetrack. So Garrett Sinner, it has just been a dominant day, just like at Bristol. which was the most recent SERL race, and that was the Hot Wheels Cup Series race. He won that race in dominating fashion, and for Garrett Sinner, while it looks like that, trying to get his first career title is really not gonna happen. Um, uh, Having 2 wins in the book is not gonna be that bad because he will become, I think, the he's going to join the pretty big club that has multiple wins. Luke Walker, Biff Crafton, uh, Eric Olmehart, Lion Mills Jr. And so if Garrett Sinner can win this race, he will become the fifth driver he will become the fifth driver this season to have multiple wins. But it doesn't look like it's gonna be that easy because Rowan Ketchuk on the 14, he's had a fast car, and we actually almost saw him get by Garrett Sinner on that last restart. And so we could have one interesting battle in just a second right here. As now here comes Cameron Garlington in the 1, but Royal Ketchuk he chooses the preferred line right here. So he learned from the last restart, and now Bill Crafton looks to take away third away from Cameron Garlington. But Cameron Garlington he gets the advantage in this corner here, and I think that's what. And I think that's what makes this racetrack one of a kind. Is just because like it feels like that there's just as many left turn corners as there are with right turn corners. So for example, in this corner you might have the advantage, but in the next corner, unless you're able to clear the driver, you will not. And the driver that you were trying to pass is going to get right by you. But if you're single file, you don't have to worry about this at all. You can just run your groove and so on. And I guess other things that I guess I could say as we are still green flag is that to me this track kind of reminds me of like sort of like a road trip in some ways. Like for example, it's kind of out in like the middle of nowhere, and there's a lot of like nature to it, and like nature surrounds this area, and the thing is it has a lot from grassy hills to lakes to like forests to sort of like mountains in some ways. So that's what this racetrack reminds me of. But now we're here, bro. Ketchuk on the 14. We saw last week at Gateway, the driver who led the most laps did not go on to win the event. And Bro Ketchuk, it looks like that he might actually have a better car than Garrett Sinor. But the thing is, what he needs to do right here is hope that Garrett Sinor gets out of shape. And he can do that by putting pressure on Garrett Sinor. But it looks like that Garrett Sinor, after the first couple of corners, Garrett Sinor is just flying. As we go through the lakes once again, this is the only racetrack that actually has an unprotected lake, if I didn't say that. And by unprotected lake, like and the reason why I say unprotected lake is because if you in case you didn't know or forgot, Daytona International Speedway actually has Lake Lloyd, but the thing is that lake has been protected from cars getting into it for decades now. And now coming to the white flag. One more lap to go. Can Garrett Sinor hold on, or is Bro Ketchuk going to be able to find something that can help him get around Garrett Sinor? And as we are still green flag here, it looks like that the way things are right now, Johnny Worth will be the biggest gainer in the championship picture. But the thing is, with these sort of mediocre runs that all 6 drivers, with the mediocre or just not great runs that the championship 6 right now are having, it looks like that it might actually open the door for drivers like Biff Crafton, for example, who's in 4th place, to get himself back up in there, and maybe who knows, Justin Talabas, Dean Orton, wherever they are on the racetrack. My goodness. Yeah, I'm sorry if my speech has not been that great today. Yeah, here's Dean Orton, Justin Talabas. They might be able to actually gain a couple of points, maybe. But anyway, coming through the final few corners are here, as it looks like that we're gonna have one heck of a battle for 2nd place. Garrett Sinor comes through the final few corners are here. He just has these 2 corners, and then all he has is just 2 more through turn 12 and then turn 13. Garrett Sinor, he can kind of just coast it from here. And coming off of turn number 13, Garrett Sinor is gonna take the checker flag at Atwood Raceway Park. Bro Ketchuk trying to gain some ground, but it's not gonna be enough. Garrett Sinor takes his second checkered flag of the season. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if that was not my best commentated race. I think I could have been a lot more better, but as of me recording this, I've been trying to record races all day, and it just has not been working. I've had to change tracks, etc. Uh, so basically all I really care about at this point is just that yes, finally I completed a race. So as I actually fast forward through this, these drivers now come down the road, and now I'm going to show you the finishing results. So our top 10 are Garrett Sinner, Bro Ketchuk, Cameron Gallatin, Bibb Crafton, Dale Scott, Ben Barely, Hayden Jefferson, Jim Kelly, Elgin Mills, and Payne Keys. That is the top 10. And the highest driver that came into this weekend in the championship picture is Johnny Griffin 13th. And I think is 13th is the best position out of the drivers. Then it really shows how not it really shows the not very great day that our six championship drivers had, and to me, it's kind of a little disappointing, especially when you expect these drivers to be like top five and or even better, winning contenders almost every single week. And so that was kind of a little bit of a letdown, but we'll just see now. We, but we'll just see how this all unfolds once I tally up the point standings. And so anyway, I would like to thank everyone for watching this race. Be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and buy, and congrats to Garrett Sinor.